Hello, everyone. So, in case you can't tell, I am not in my chair. I am not doing that right now because today we're going to talk about Star Wars: The Acolyte. And because, Disney can't be bothered to make a actual good Star Wars project, I figured, why would I be bothered to set up my chair or do anything for this? Plus, it's like not an official review or anything. I just want to rant. I want to rant about it. It's bad. I just want to get this show and how bad it is off my chest because this might just be the worst Star Wars thing we've ever gotten. It's bad. Now, to be perfectly clear, you all know I don't like Star Wars. Never been a big fan of it. But most projects I can respect why people like it. I'm not like a review bomber. I don't review bomb it because it's Disney or because it's woke. I don't believe in the word woke. I just don't think it's a good show because it's not a good show. But before we go any further, you know the drill. Down below, what do you think of this? I'm not going to be professional at all. I'm regretting Tuesdays now. I don't want to watch this show any longer. It's 4 episodes in, and it's not good. It's not good whatsoever. So kicking it off with episode 1 and episode 2, actually, those kind of go together. They're fine. I'd say they're fine. They have some interesting things. There's a couple of cool parts here and there. But I just felt like they were way too familiar. Like, we've seen person is on the run from the Jedi. They get lost in in a snowy world. We've seen that. We've seen several other things that they decided to do with those first 2 episodes. The interesting part was in episode 1, actually, where we're after our main character because she killed a Jedi. That was interesting. And then we finally learned the answers, and it sets up kind of like an interesting thing here. But we've seen it before. It was familiar. It's nothing too special, nothing to get me excited for anything that the show was going to do. So I was, just from the start, I was like, yeah, it's entertaining. It's at least watchable, but there was nothing interesting. There was a few interesting things, but nothing to really stick in your brain after watching this show. And so there's that. And then here's the reason why I want to film this video. Oh my goodness. Episode 3. It's bad. It's bad. It is bad. It's awful. If you sit back and think about what this is, did an AI write this show? These last 2 episodes, I genuinely have a feeling in the back of my brain that an AI wrote this episode because of the dialogue. It's awful. It's awful. And this is Star Wars. This isn't just some random sci-fi series. This is Star Wars. Thousands of people are fans of this. Thousands of people grew up watching Star Wars. It has no excuse to be this bad. No excuse whatsoever for this show to be this bad. I cannot believe it. I genuinely can't believe that this episode was this bad. So let's kind of break it down. What happened in this episode? So we kind of start off in the scene. Bad dialogue between our 2 characters. And the thing that really pissed me off about this part was because I believe they cast the same little girl. I'm not going to check because I don't care. And I believe it was the same actress. Or if it's not, they look very, very, very similar. Still, I believe it's the same one. And so what do you do to separate them? They look the exact same. You give them the same costume. It's the same costume. So there's no way to tell them apart. I watched the scene 3 times and I had no idea which one was which. Except when they said, May, Osha. Because it's bad. And I hate to dog on child actors. Awful. Whoever this is was not good. Better give up in your dreams or get better at it because it's not working out for you whatsoever. And so, anyways, the thing that made me mad about this is the dialogue and the way that it decides to treat our characters. Because there's these 2 girls, right? They're siblings. Siblings fight. But the huge conflict in this episode is that they want that Osha wants to get away from the Jedi, or to get away from her witch coven, because she has a twin sister and she doesn't want to share anything with her twin sister anymore. That's the plot of the episode, is that she wants to become a Jedi because she doesn't want to share her life with her sister. Oh my God. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. And so we get scenes where they're just arguing. Like, there's a scene of dialogue. I actually give everything to you. I show you everything. And all you do is hide secrets from me and run off and go do things. This is spoken by May, Osha's sister. And Osha's sister's like, I don't want to share anything with you anymore. And so when Osha goes off to join the Jedi, what does May do? She starts a fire and kills everybody. I'm keeping all that in. I'm not cutting any of that out. Oh, I hate this show. She kills her entire family because Osha doesn't want to share. It's on the show. It's so bad. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? You should never get another job in Hollywood ever again. Because it sets things up. In the beginning of the show, that Osha, that her whole family died because her sister started a fire. That's compelling. You could have found a billion different ways to show us why she started the fire instead of because your siblings don't want to share. I cannot. And once they found out everyone's dead, once May says, hey, Mom's dead. You know what they do? This is all your fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. I can't believe it. I can't freaking believe it. This is a real show. They actually made this show. You could have done this any other way. And you made it because your siblings and you don't want to share. It's embarrassing for Star Wars. And then you head on to episode 4, and 95% of it is walking through the woods. It's walking through the woods. That's it. And I cannot tell you how bored I was watching this last night. I was getting ready to make a post where I would dog on it. But then something surprising happened. The last 5 minutes of the episode kind of intrigued me. When we get to see the big bad Acolyte coming in, it can get genuinely kind of scary. The aura that he had, he just walked in, just was like, see ya. Bye-bye, Osha. Yeet. And then all the Jedi shoving their lightsabers. And then the red lightsaber. That's cool. That was cool. It made me be like, oh, we're getting a cool fight here. And then the episode ended. So it got me a little excited. I won't say excited for the next episode, but I'm intrigued to see what happens next. But knowing this show, they're going to do any way that they can to just undermine every cool aspect of that to be. So, I mean, this show has so many cool things that they could do, and it just ends up being so much like other Star Wars show and being some of the most awful writing I've ever seen in a show ever. So, that's my rant for Star Wars The Acolyte. I would not recommend watching this far. I don't like it at all. I'm hoping, I don't know how many episodes there is. I think there might be 8 or 10. I don't know, but I mean, if there's 8 or 10, we still got a while to go. If they continue on like 30-minute episodes, I'll be fine. But episode 4 almost had me asleep in 30 minutes. That's crazy. It's crazy. No official score because the show hasn't ended, but there will be a full review of The Acolyte. Maybe I'll go in depth to each episode if it keeps like being so bad. But there's my rant of The Acolyte. If I can, I might do a review because we're at the halfway point of The Boys Season 4, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Comment down below. Do you guys want to see a Boys Season 4 review, because I'd much rather talk about that show than talk about this show. Also, would you guys keep watching? It all depends on if this video does good, if you guys would keep watching, if I review each individual episode of The Acolyte in long form. But with that said, thank you guys for clicking on this video, and subscribe to Join My Nerd Army. Peace out.